This is kind of different surroundings for me today, because I am at my boyfriend's house. I've been slowly moving in here, so I've been staying here a lot, and I'm on vacation this week from day job, so I have the house to myself while the guys are at work, because it's me and my boyfriend and his brother that all live here. So, because of my recent technical difficulties, I haven't done a haul in a really long time. I haven't done any wrap-ups, no reviews, nothing like that. I haven't done any videos other than the few that I posted from my phone while driving, which isn't exactly safe. So I figured I have the time, I'll do it today. So I have this massive pile of books here that is basically all of the books that I have bought since after Comic-Con, which was in October. So, you know, Christmas, there actually is one gift in here. So there's one book I didn't buy. But the rest of them I've bought over the past several months, and I'm going to show them now. And they're not in any particular order, and if I've read them, I will go into a little bit of a brief overview and review of what I thought of them, and try not to make this too ridiculously long, but it's quite a stack. So let's get started. I'm going to start with the creative writing books that I picked up just recently. Kind of going through a bit of a block, so thought I would get a couple of prompt books. So I have, and these are all by Bryan Cohen. So I have 1,000 character writing prompts, villains, heroes, hams, for scripts, stories, and more. So this has character descriptions, general, maybe like story starters pertaining to a particular character, different heroes and villains and types of characters, sidekicks, whatever, and it's all in here. I have not had a chance to thoroughly go through this, but it's on the list. The next one I have is 1,000 Creative Writing Prompts, Volume 1 and 2, and I have thoroughly gone through. I just started going through this one, Volume 2, but I've gone through this one and I've marked it up pretty well, and I don't know if you can see some of the blue highlighter that I have in there, and I've marked what I was going to either use them for blogs or short stories or even a novel idea. So, and then I started doing that. The spacing is different in this one, but I've highlighted some of them. The next book I have, I started reading it. It's a young adult book that was recently made into a really bad movie, I heard. It's Ouija, and I got, 3 chapters in? Yeah. I read 3 chapters of this, and I was scared to death. So I don't know if I'm ever going to finish this. I still have my place marked, and it's just not going to be a before bed read. So maybe it'll be something quick for Halloween, but this was kind of a yeah, why not kind of book, and it's really creepy, freaky, and the first couple chapters and something awful already happens, and yeah. So this will be Halloween read, maybe middle of the day with lots of lights on, and then I will be watching a lot of Disney movies to get the story out of my mind. The next one I have, I heard about from a booktuber. I will link her page down below, and it is Witch Child by Celia Reese. I'm not sure if I hauled this already, but if I did, I'm sorry, I'm just going to be repeating myself, but I have read this already, and it's really good. It's about this girl who is growing up in 17th century, late 17th century England, and she flees to the colonies because she is actually a witch. And so something happens with her family and she has to flee across the ocean, but the only problem is she's in with Puritans who are crazy religious, and so she has to hide her abilities while trying to blend in with this community, and it's an adventure. I flew through this pretty fast, and it's a really good read. And actually there's a sequel called Sorceress. I don't know if it's actually a sequel or a companion novel, but it's kind of, I know it takes place after this, so I want to check that out too. So the next ones I have, I'm in the process of reading. I'm on the last book. It's a trilogy. It's an alternate history, which is really interesting. It's the Boleyn trilogy, and there's the Boleyn King, Boleyn Deceit, and what I'm currently reading, Boleyn Reckoning. Now this is, like I said, it's an alternate history. It's what if Anne Boleyn and King Henry VIII had a son. So Anne Boleyn and Henry VIII don't really feature in this story because Henry has already died, which is where the story starts. Anne Boleyn is in the first one for a while, but not a major role. It focuses on her son, who is officially named Henry the Ninth, but everyone calls him William, I'm guessing to separate him from his father. And then there's Elizabeth, who is his older sister, who is the real Elizabeth I. And then their friends Minuet and Dominic. And there's all kinds of intrigue and drama and religious tension and, you know, anything you would expect from this period is in this book. And the first one, it was a pretty slow start, a lot of world building, character building, but then the second one you start to get more into the drama, and in the third one there's drama and mystery and betrayal, and it's a slow book. It was a slow start, but I'm glad I stuck to it. I think I gave the first one 3 stars on Goodreads. The second one was 4, and this looks evening out to be a good 4.5 star book. We'll see how I'm not very far into it, so we'll see. They're fairly quick reads, but it did take me a little while because the first one was so slow, and I was really busy at the time when I started reading it, so see how this finishes out. The next one I picked up is actually a collection of 12 books. These came out 2 years ago for the 50th anniversary of Doctor Who, and it is 12 Doctor's books, and they are short stories, really short stories, based on each Doctor. And obviously the 12th one came out shortly after Peter Capaldi took over as the Doctor, once he started, you know, getting into his role. So there's one book for every single Doctor from William Hartnell on, and they're written by some pretty good names. Neil Gaiman wrote the 11th Doctor one, Holly Black wrote the 12th one, Patrick Ness I've heard of, Ian Colfer I know wrote the Redwall series, if I'm not mistaken. I haven't read them yet, but I feel like if I'm in a slump and I just need something really quick to read, these are the go-to books, and these would definitely help boost my reading goal for the year. These next books are actually a replacement for books that I had read, loved, read over and over again, and actually ended up wearing them out. I have this beautiful box set of the Circle Trilogy by Nora Roberts. And, oh, I'm so excited. There's Morrigan's Cross, Dance of the Gods, and Valley of Silence. And this is a fantasy lover's dream. There's witches and medieval sorcerers and fairy tale castles and shape-shifting warriors and vampires and demons, and oh my goodness, it's such a good series. Oh my gosh, I can't even count the number of times that I've read this. I've listened to it on audiobook. Actually, I only have the first 2 on audiobook. I've listened to all 3, but I only have the first 2 on audio right now. But once I get my Audible subscription back, then I will get the 3rd one, and then I can. Such a good book. So good, so good, so good. I picked these up at a local independent bookstore, and I think I'm missing one, but it's the Heir Chronicles. I think it's 1, 2, and 4 I have right now. So I have the Warrior Heir, the Wizard Heir, and the Enchanter Heir. And I think there's supposed to be one in between. I'm not quite sure. I have to look it up on Goodreads. And if I'm not mistaken, there's also a 5th one out now. So I haven't read these yet, but I heard a lot of good things about them. And I came to find out that Cinda Williams Chima was at a local book festival in my hometown last year. So that was pretty awesome, and I am really disappointed that I missed it, but I'm actually looking at attending the book festival myself with my own book this fall, so we shall see. I'll do a writing progress video one of these days. So let's fill you guys in on that. But I'm excited to read this. I've heard a lot about this on the BookTube community. The series is really good, high fantasy. So I love me some fantasy. So I have Lunar Chronicles. I have Cinder, Scarlet, and Cress. Now, if you don't know, these are sci-fi-ish fairy tale retellings that I've heard a lot of hype about, and these are pretty hefty sized books. So we'll see how that goes. Sci-fi is not really my genre of choice usually, but I figure why not? You know, I try it, and I hear so much about it on BookTube that I had to give it a shot. So we'll see. I'll get to these eventually. Another series that I have that I've heard a lot of hype about, and I managed to find the box set trilogy at Half Price Books. The Infernal Devices trilogy. So Clockwork Angel, Clockwork Prince, Clockwork Princess. And this is another one I've heard a lot about, and I really want to read it because the Shadowhunter series is coming to television, and I love fantasy, and I'm intrigued. The next one I have is actually a Christmas present, which I was really thrilled about. And this I got from my boyfriend's brother, because he knows I like The Princess Bride. And it is As You Wish by Cary Elwes, and it's his experience talking about making The Princess Bride. Look, it's Wesley. Oh my goodness, we had a gift exchange with my boyfriend's parents a couple days after Christmas because everyone was busy and it was just too crazy. So when I opened this, I did a bit of a fangirl squeal. And I've read some of the introduction, but I'm going to have to reread it because it's been a while. But I'm so excited. And look, it's a poster! And then I don't know if I've hauled these yet or not, but I also have Stephanie Perkins novels, all 3 of them. So I have Anna and the French Kiss, Lola and the Boy Next Door, and Isla and the Happily Ever After. I did start reading this a few months ago, but then I got caught up in reading other things and I got really busy. So I do want to jump back into this. It's kind of a slow start for me anyway, but I hear that it's really good. So I'm interested to see for myself what these books are like. And I like me some romance, so we shall see what these have in store. I also have a couple of classics. I bought Mary Shelley's Frankenstein. This is one of the Books A Million classic editions, so I'm adding it to my little stack of classic books. And then I also have a Barnes & Noble book, which is a complete collection of Grimm's fairy tales, and this book is just beautiful. It's shiny, and the pages, there's gold on the pages. These illustrations are just, look at that, isn't that cool? And it's even got the little bookmarky thing, which I've actually become fond of because I have 2 journals with the bookmarky thing, which is really nice. So, and just, oh, look at this. So pretty. I love it, I love it, I love it. So, I'm going to take very good care of this one. And this is a really good addition to my classics section. The final 3 books I have. First one I've already read. Second one I'm going to read, and I really want to get into this series. I feel like I am the last person on the planet to be jumping on this bandwagon. Throne of Glass series! Throne of Glass, Crown of Midnight, Heir of Fire. I read Throne of Glass and really enjoyed it. I flew through it, and I had brought it to work one day, and there was a lady who saw it and she started reading it. And then she went and read Crown of Midnight, and she was like, oh, you have to get this book. And I was in the middle of reading something else, and I couldn't. I had found Heir of Fire in hardback because I want them to match, and I couldn't find Crown of Midnight in hardback. And I'm like, I'm trying to find the book. So she bought me Crown of Midnight. It's a paperback edition, and I still have it at my parents' house, but I went and got the hardback so it matched. Yeah. And I really don't think that she'll ever watch this video, so she'll never know. It was really sweet, and I don't want to get rid of the book. But, match. And then there is also the 3rd book in the Scarlet Trilogy by A.C. Gaughan, which comes out tomorrow, May 19th. So, since I'm off this week, I'm going to see if I can find it. And that'll be a birthday present to myself, because I need to complete that trilogy. I need to see what happens to Scarlet and Robin Hood. So, that is my really big book haul. And I'm going to bother counting the pile over here. So, since I'm off, I'm hoping to put up quite a few videos over the next few days. I have to find me some Wi-Fi because my computer is not connected here. But in my spare time I can at least get some editing done, and then maybe when I go back to my parents' house I can use their Wi-Fi and upload. So you'll be seeing quite a bit from me over the next couple of days or so, or weeks, to make up for the months that I have not posted anything. So if you're still a subscriber, thank you for following along, and I will have another video up very soon. Actually, I'm going to go film another one right now, so if you see me in the same outfit, that's why. So I will talk to you guys later. Bye!